Godzilla has undergone many different transformations over the years, some of which are massive upgrades to his physical abilities that are capable of leveling entire cities in an instant. The pink form in Godzilla x Kong, the new empire, is not the first, nor the last time that the king of the monsters achieves a transformation that increases his power. In addition to giving him an extremely imposing appearance and in some cases terrifying. With so many different versions of Godzilla to choose from, it can be difficult to determine which evolution of the king of the monsters is the best of all. Of all the different eras of Godzilla, the Showa series stood out for giving the titular kaiju new powers in the blink of an eye, including magnetism and even the ability to fly. It was rarer for these new powers to come with a physically altered form, usually with a shiny new official name to make the transformation official. In this video we list the 10 best Godzilla transformations based on their design and importance within the plot. Before starting, we want to remind you that this list is purely personal, and if you have a different one, feel free to leave it in the comments box. Without further ado, let's get started. 10. Godzilla Ultima. Although he may be best known for making his mark on the big screen, Godzilla has also starred in several television series. The most recent, Godzilla, Singular Point, explored the idea of a Godzilla that evolved through several stages, going from a completely aquatic form to an amphibious one, until arriving at a form much closer to his classic design. It is not until his final evolution, known in the series as Godzilla Ultima, that the king of the monsters finally demonstrates the extent of his true power. Godzilla appeared to have different abilities at Singular Point depending on the form he was in, including creative new bioweapons like blood tentacles and flammable ice vapor. However, like Godzilla Ultima, his retinue of powers is more elegant, although his atomic breath fires at a much wider range, capable of incinerating an entire flock of rodent at once. Godzilla Ultima is an impressive but somewhat basic form of Godzilla. Even so, during the series it is mentioned that this kaiju can continue to evolve until it becomes capable of destroying the universe. A real shame we never got to see this. 9. The evolution of Godzilla Heisei. 1991's Godzilla vs. King Ghidorah reintroduced Godzilla's archenemy for a rematch where the king of the monsters was forced to evolve to win. Still recovering from his last fight with Biollante, Godzilla finally recovers just in time to confront King Ghidorah by absorbing a nuclear submarine. This not only helps him get rid of the lingering effects of the anti-nuclear bioweapon from the last film, but also granted him a notable increase in size and power. This enhanced Godzilla was not only able to defeat his archenemy quickly, but he even managed to take on an enhanced version of King Ghidorah, Mecha-King Ghidorah, withstanding the cyborg's most powerful attacks as if they were nothing, with a great increase in his strength, durability and atomic breath. This transformation of Godzilla does not have clear metrics or statistics that tell us how strong he is compared to his previous form, but at least during the film we are confirmed that, indeed, he is bigger and more powerful than the Godzilla of the past. 8. Godzilla with the power of Rodan. After defeating King Ghidorah, Godzilla received another upgrade to be able to face the powerful Super Mechagodzilla. After facing off against Rodan, Godzilla is nearly killed by Mechagodzilla, a robot designed specifically to kill the beast by attacking a strange and previously unknown weakness, a second brain located in Godzilla's hip. Just when it seems all hope for Godzilla's survival is lost, Rodan, who is about to die, positions himself near Godzilla's second brain and begins transferring his life energy into it, reviving him with greater power and with his dorsal plates glowing with energy. Unlike Godzilla's previous update in the same Heisei continuity, Rodan's infusion of energy into the Monster King's body grants him a notable new attack in the form of a spiraling atomic ray. This powerful explosion is capable of completely destroying Super Mechagodzilla in a single hit, indicating Godzilla's enormous power increase thanks to Rodan. However, this transformation appears to be only temporary, as Godzilla reverted to his normal atomic breath in the next Heisei-era film, Godzilla vs. Space Godzilla. 7. Shin Godzilla's final form. Like Singular Point, Shin Godzilla explored a very different interpretation of the kaiju. Instead of a sentient creature, Shin Godzilla is more of a frightened, irradiated animal, lashing out in pain while mutating into various horrific forms. Shin Godzilla's final evolution is by far his most destructive, capable of leveling an entire city with his atomic breath, followed by a spectacle of laser beams fired randomly from his dorsal plates. Not only that, but Shin Godzilla's creepy tail indicates that he can release smaller humanoid creatures to attack humans more directly and personally. Compared to Godzilla's other forms, Shin Godzilla has superior destructive potential and is capable of decimating large sections of the human population at once like never before. While he never fights another monster, it's safe to say that Shin Godzilla is a walking disaster who can surpass most of the destruction other incarnations have caused over the years. However, he is ultimately incapacitated by the cryogenic coagulant, meaning he lacks the defensive potential, coordination, and brute strength of Godzilla's most powerful transformations. 6. The evolution of Godzilla. The latest on-screen transformation the King of the Monsters underwent, Godzilla's evolved form is a force to be reckoned with in Legendary's Monsterverse. Seemingly sensing the coming conflict, Godzilla prepares by confronting the Titan Tiamat, absorbing the energy from its lair to ascend to a new evolved form. Now with dorsal plates that glow with pink energy and a slightly more humanoid stature, Godzilla's evolved form is said to be 20 times more powerful than his normal appearance. As much as the evolved Godzilla demonstrates his power, he doesn't seem to be especially more dangerous in his fight with Shimo, still struggling a bit to defeat the Ice Titan. This could be a testament to Shimo's power more than anything else, as the evolved Godzilla is able to match his physical strength despite a significant size disadvantage. While the evolved Godzilla still needs more impressive feats, the simple truth of producing 20 times the energy of the Monsterverse's Godzilla's already astonishing atomic power should not be discounted. 5. Infernal Godzilla. In the miniseries, Godzilla in Hell, we see the death of the King of the Monsters and how he is dragged to Hell. There is a war taking place between angels and demons, where Godzilla's power could tip the balance in favor of one of the two sides. Throughout the story, the King of Monsters faces angels, demons and even the souls of his old rivals in order to escape from Hell. At one point, Godzilla is defeated by the Guardian of the Gate to Hell, so he, tired and injured, decides to give up and is devoured by small demons. Surprisingly, these beings were fascinated by Godzilla's radiation, so they decide to fuse with his skeleton to revive him with a new demonic appearance and a huge increase in power. Thanks to these demons, Godzilla managed to defeat the Guardian with a single blow of his new and improved atomic breath. Unfortunately, the Kaiju lost his demonic powers after crossing the door and returning to the world of the living. 4. Burning Godzilla. Godzilla vs. Destoroyah shows us one of the most powerful transformations seen on the big screen. Explaining that Godzilla's heart functions like a nuclear reactor and is about to melt down. Godzilla begins to slowly die as his body temperature melts his flesh and bones. Characterized by a white-hot glow of red cracks on its chest and orange dorsal plates that represent the intense heat and nuclear energy bleeding from its body. This form was not only able to kill the powerful Destoroyah, but nearly destroyed Earth itself. In his fiery form, Godzilla is capable of reaching temperatures of 1,200 degrees. Using a new nuclear pulse attack to unleash an apocalyptic wave of nuclear energy capable of burning Earth's entire atmosphere. Godzilla's signature spiral heat ray is also enhanced in this state, becoming stronger with each use. Unfortunately, the fiery form is akin to a terminal illness for Godzilla, meaning that, given enough time, not even Godzilla can withstand the unfathomable temperatures of his internal nuclear fusion. 3. Snow Godzilla. At the other end of Burning Godzilla is Snow Godzilla, a form that has only been seen in Shinkansen Henkai Robo Shinkalion the movie, an animated film that unfortunately never left Japan. The plot follows the adventures of Hayato Hayasugi, a boy who joins a group called Shinkansen Ultra Evolution Institute. This group helps protect the world against monster attacks using bullet trains that can transform into robots called Shinkalions. Snow Godzilla lives in another dimension. However, in the movie, he is teleported to this world. Like other versions of Godzilla, Snow Godzilla is a giant, hulking beast that towers over buildings and people. One of the staff members at the Shinkansen Ultra Evolution Institute estimates Snow Godzilla's height to be 118.5 meters, making him approximately the same height as Shin Godzilla. Snow Godzilla's overall shape resembles the Godzilla seen in Heisei-era films with elements of Shin Godzilla mixed in. However, instead of being green, Snow Godzilla is covered in a layer of whitish snow, making him very visually striking. Snow Godzilla also has yellow eyes and ice-like fins along his back. In addition to its atomic breath, this incarnation of the Kaiju has the ability to launch an icy ray from its mouth, which is capable of freezing almost everything it touches. 2. Nuclear Godzilla. The Monsterverse brought back Godzilla's fiery form in a big way in Godzilla, King of the Monsters. After nearly being killed by King Ghidorah, Godzilla gains a power from the combination of a point-blank nuclear detonation in Mothra's life force, allowing him to return to his fiery form for the first time in the Monsterverse. Once again able to utilize his nuclear pulse with an impressive blast radius, the radiant power of the new flaming Godzilla decisively overwhelms King Ghidorah with his raw thermonuclear power. Compared to the original fiery form, the Monsterverse incarnation is even hotter, reaching a staggering 1.5 million degrees Celsius and melting steel structures into liquid just by being near them. Importantly, being in this form doesn't kill Godzilla either, thanks to the protection of Mothra's calming energy. While this Godzilla may survive in one of his most powerful on-screen forms yet, he ultimately remains a temporary power. 1. Godzilla Earth. Following a trilogy of animated films, Toho presents us with the greatest Godzilla of all time. The film takes place in the distant future where Godzilla has driven humanity from the planet, forcing them to seek refuge among the stars. Returning after 20,000 years, the human race comes face to face with an evolved beast known as Godzilla Earth, a life form that dominates the planet and which humanity has no chance of defeating. Far dwarfing any other incarnation of the Kaiju, Godzilla Earth is nearly the size of a mountain range, weighing 100,000 metric tons, and standing around 300 meters tall. Easily the scariest incarnation of Godzilla ever described, this character has new attacks: the Super Oscillatory Wave, a sound blast capable of instantly vaporizing all solid matter, and the Plasma Cutter, a powerful energy cut emanating from Godzilla's tail. As if that were not enough, Godzilla Earth is capable of entering the burning state at will, so he can use all the powers that this form grants in an almost unlimited way. Godzilla has become an icon of general culture, and it is certain that he will continue to be so for several more years. So we can only wait to see what new transformations he will achieve in the future. For now, that's all for this video. If you want to know the most powerful versions of Godzilla, here is a video where we list them all. This is the Zilla channel, and we will see each other in the next video.